welcome to this episode of Market Pulse. My name is Ajit, mahuli, the founder and mentor at learnpriceactiontrading.com. Let's take a look at what index has been doing. So if you take a look at, if you have been hearing to all the market pulse that I have been publishing in the last few months, so I have been speaking about that we will probably turn from here and go all the way to 17,400, and that's where we are. There's actually no supply zone, and not really, but not a great supply that we have on the monthly. These are the areas from where prices have been turning. Monthly will give a more clear picture, but this is a very bullish candle that we saw in the month of July. This month we have gapped up open, but remember this is still live candle, so anything can happen. We could again start coming back. So unless and until we close about, let's say, 18,000, we probably don't see a trend change. But prices where can prices go? Let's take a quick look. So after moving from this demand zone, we have moved up. So a big move is done on the monthly. If you see just one single candle. And on the smaller time frames, you will see that there has been no meaningful pullbacks once the breakout happened. So it's something that we need to be careful about chasing the stocks right now. So monthly, there is no other picture than that. Probably this is the turning point from where it had fell in the previous at the previous instance. Now we are back to that area. So weekly will give us a good picture. So that's the area where we are currently trading, which is an area of supply. The daily will give us a much better picture as to where the origin of that supply is. So that's where we are right now on the index. This is a live weekly candle. Now this can go up all the way, and this could be the final turning point. So we are in retail areas. If you are holding longs, keep trailing, start booking partial profits, but this is no time to enter into this for a swing trade. The reward to risk on the long side is unfavorable, but the reward to risk on the short side is very, very favorable. So if you take a look at it, the next demand zone that Nifty has is all the way placed at 1624. So in this area between, let's say, 17,400 to 17,700, if we get a turning point and the signals, we have a very big room for the index to fall on. It's for those who are not in any trade, it's a wait and watch policy. Be stock specific, but look at turning points to get into some aggressive short entries. If you are a long only trader, then only intraday or short-term income is fine. But carrying over, expecting it to give a new high might be a tall order, and it is not yet possible that unless we break this, we are not going to see a new high. So there are hurdles in Nifty, and it has been a one-way move. Remember, this is very typical of bear market rallies. So no chasing. So that's the range which you can expect in the coming 2 weeks. Plus, we have the RBI policy this week. So in anticipation of that, Nifty and especially Bank Nifty could be either they will consolidate or they will first give a reaction, go up again, retest those new supplies and then fall. But everything needs to, probably you have to be patient and need no price action to understand. If you're holding longs, continue holding it with a trailing stop loss below this low. Maybe targets of 17.4 to 17.6 is possible, but it's not valid. And on the daily chart, if you see, this kind of move is not a great move. I mean, this more smacks of a sucker rally wherein it will trap people in these areas, and then the turning point might happen. Pretty much similar to what you saw here. So just be careful in not initiating new aggressive, especially FNO positions. Whatever you have and are in profit, start booking them and wait for turning points or some confirmation to get into short trades. So that's the area which is most likely be the area. So another gap up increases the chances of this as a turning point, because the kind of move that we have seen in the last 4 days, you should not get carried away. You have to control your emotions and ensure that you don't chase anything. Intraday longs, you can keep on trading. So if you see even on the daily, there is nothing to stop it to go to 16,400 at least. And the new demand only starts at about 16,163. So bigger room to fall. Be cautious. No longs. Wait for a turn to get into some quick short trades. So it's a wait and watch moment right now. Since the trend is strong enough and the momentum is also strong, look at higher time frame supply. So that's where we could expect it to turn. Either it could be this gap tomorrow or further push till RBI policy. We don't see a fall. Till RBI policy, you could see consolidated moves happening all the way here, and then post RBI policy could be the trigger for the fall. So cautious approach to markets on the long side, book your profits, keep trailing, and look for a confirmation to get into quick short setups. A quick look at India VIX will also confirm that we are pretty much low on the curve, which could possibly, now this is also going up. So this could move up, and an index might have a turning point at a 17.5 to 17.7 supply zone. So a cautious approach is advised. Let's take a quick look at what Bank Nifty has been doing and what we can expect the index to do in this week, which is also going to be a pretty crucial week since we have our RBI policy. All right. So again, if you have been watching my market pulse earlier, I was always bullish when we hit 33,000 and below. It's coming to an area from where it could be turning up, and that's what has happened. Nice move in Bank Nifty. It's pretty much more stronger. Now this is again, that's the area around 38 to 39,000 on the monthly, from where prices have been rejected and we came down. So we'll have to wait and watch to see how it happens. This has been quite a bullish move. So more information could be available on the lower time frame charts as we go to the weekly chart. So that is where the main supply is. Now, can Bank Nifty target this? Now, if we do not see a pullback for the next 2 days, okay, and the continuation that we are seeing in the market up move in the last 4-5 days and the last few weeks, it is quite possible that it could even try to come closer to 39,000 before it reaches a turning point. So on its way down from there, it has formed some areas of supply where it is probably likely to hit. So we could even see 38,000 hitting in the next couple of days in anticipation of the RBI policy event, and that could be the trigger for us to get a turning point. The next demand on the weekly is pretty far. So there is a very good reward to risk if we get some confirmation for shorts. But if you ask me about the longs, very low rewards. Actually, there's no reward. So we are in retail areas where you will be chasing the stock. So just be patient, let it come inside this, give us some turning point, because this is something that no one can predict when or how the turning point is. So we have to wait for more price action. Currently, we are into a bullish price action. This is a live candle, so that's a range. Daily, after that move down, again moving up, there is a possibility that this could act as a stiff resistance, but and we may not go if we fail to close go beyond today's high and start coming down. There is a good chance that we could probably head back towards 37,000 at least in the short term. But these are the areas where I expect the market. So if this is breached easily tomorrow, then we wait for the index to give us confirmation to go in a short trade, and these will be the areas that we'll be looking at based on the daily chart. So that's a range, pretty good move to the downside. This is the area where you can have your first targets if the short gives us confirmation, and that will become your range for the next few days, and even so probably up to next week. So that's the range we'll play. One ferocious move, typical of bear market. We need to wait. Beyond this is where the trend changes, and probably the new highs of 45, 50 can be achieved. But this is going to be stiff area for the index to cross easily. So you could see maybe consolidation, some tight range price movements, and within that time we have to figure out whether we are able to get into a quick confirmation based short trade. So again, wait and watch policy. Maybe individual stocks who have done with the results, and if they have some confirmation, you can look at that. But primarily on index, there is more waiting time, and on a smaller time frame, it has good capacity to move towards 38,200. So again, we'll have to wait. All right.